Hello, this is Dr. Giuseppe Paladini, founder of Stepping Bricks, and today we're going to talk about no money down strategies or low money down strategies. So if anybody wants to start in property, doesn't have a big pot of cash to invest in property, this is the right video for you. There are many property investing strategies, and the one you need to be aware of are no money down or low money down strategies. Why do you need to be aware of these strategies? Well, first of all, even if you have the money to invest in property, you still want to integrate with these strategies. They can give you more cash flow and not use much of your cash pot. So I'm going to talk about 4 particular no money or low money down strategies. And number 1 is deal packaging. Deal packaging is a matchmaking machine. So imagine like Cupid, that you're putting together 2 lovers. So you are the Cupid in this situation. You're finding the deals, you're finding investors, and then you match them together. And then you collect a fee in between. Now, who else does that? Everybody else. Airbnb, Uber, Amazon, anybody. They are matching the buyer with the vendor and they take a cut. So it's a quite common strategy and you can apply as well in properties. Now, who are the people that can look for deals and they would be able or willing to pay you a fee if you find them a deal? Well, these people are people with money, so they're money rich but time poor. So people that don't have the time to find the deals, so they rely on your expertise or finding these deals, and they're happy to pay you a nice fee that can vary between 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 20,000 pounds. Yes, you heard it right, 20,000 pounds. If you find them the right deal, that's going to generate them a lot more money. So deal packaging is a strategy you need to integrate even if you have funds, because you will come across a lot more deals than you can buy. For example, I say in another video that I get phone calls from estate agents on a weekly basis and they offer me properties to buy. Now, obviously, I would love to buy them all, but I don't have the funds to buy them all. So I need to select the few that I can potentially buy, and then if there are more deals that unfortunately I cannot buy for myself, but I would if I could, then I'll pass it on to other investors. Generally, my students, my academy students, they have the first dip, and then if not, then we'll sell it to the general database. And there are investors, over 5,000 investors, they want to invest in property, and they will be happy to pay you a fee if you already done your due diligence on the property. So you find the deal, you negotiate, then you package it, then you have your deal packaged with all the figures, the analysis, the numbers, the refurbs, the cost, the rent, or if it's a flip, how much you're going to sell it for after you've done the refurb. Then your package will be presented to the investor, and the investor, if he or she is happy, then they can pay you a fee. You can disclose all the information, you can connect them with the seller, and that's it, job done for you. So you're not worried about anything else after that. Now, remember, you will have more deals that you can handle. So rather than just put them on the side and forget about them, you can package them and monetize. Remember, if you do, for example, just as an average, £3,000 per deal, okay? That's really an average. So £3,000 a deal, if you do one a month, and you work 1 day a month, and the other 29 days you just scratch your belly, then you're making £3,000 a month. And that's a lot more than the average UK salary. So remember, deal packaging is one of the no money down strategies that you need in your toolbox. Yes, there is some money you need to put in to be compliant, so this is quite important. You need to be compliant, so that there are various steps you need to take. All in all, I would say to be compliant, you might spend around £2,000 all in all to have all your client money protections and insurance, etc. The next strategy, no money down, is rent to rent. Now, again, I call it no money down. In reality, it could be low money down because you need to put a little in to be compliant with anything you do in business. Rent to rent is a good strategy where you talk to the landlord. Probably landlord is tired, they want to retire, or they are fed up of tenant issues or whatever the situation is, then you can talk to them, offer them a guaranteed rent, and then you can manage the property for a period. It can be 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever you want to put in the contract, with some break clauses so you can get out if you don't want it anymore. And the landlords will give you the property for this guaranteed rent. You do all this small maintenance, okay, that is regarded to your business but not to the property. For example, if the boiler breaks, then the landlord of course is responsible, but if it's just small things, you can sort it out. Then you can use that property to do a higher cash flow strategy. For example, HMO, house or multiple occupation, where you, like student accommodations for example, where you rent the property room by room, or you can do serviced accommodation, short-term let, holiday let, however you want to call it, self-catering accommodation. So you rent the property per night rather than per room. And you put it on Airbnb, Booking.com, VRBO, whatever, TripAdvisor. There are so many online travel agencies, OTA. So you can use any of these for advertising your business and rent the rooms or the property per night. So of course these two strategies, HMO and serviced accommodation, are higher cash flow strategies compared to standard buy-to-let. So if you're promising your landlord, let's say £1,000 a month for their rent, then you need to make sure that your business does at least double that for, allowing you to have a bad month in case you can't afford, to get all the money in. You can still afford to pay the landlord because you promised, you guarantee the rent regardless if your property is empty or filled. The third no money down strategies is lease option. Now I love these strategies because it's like rent to rent, but is dealing with vendors instead of landlords. So lease options is well done in England and Wales. In Scotland it's not possible, but it's called exchange with delay completion. So you can delay the completion. So in a nutshell, lease option is when you speak to a vendor, they cannot sell the property, they don't need the money right now, and you can offer them a little bit more than they're asking, but at your own terms. For example, in 5 years time. So you can agree the term today and say, let's say for example, the property is on Rightmove, has been for 6 months on Rightmove, and for £100,000. Probably they are in negative equity, which means that the mortgage on the property is higher than the actual value, which means you cannot offer less than that because you're not going to help them. So you cannot say I'll offer you 80 or 90 because they can't accept that offer because they still have £100,000 mortgage to pay. So what you can do instead, you can offer them 105 or 110 and say, but I can pay you in the next 60 months, which is 5 years. Or you can do 4 years, you can do 10 years, whatever works for you both. So let's say 5 years, you agree the price today, I'm going to pay you within the next 5 years 110. I'm going to take control of the property right now. I'm going to cover your mortgage payments because probably you're struggling, so I'm going to cover for that. Probably I'm going to give you a little bit extra per month, so to live comfortably, and I can rent the property. And then you have the option, this is why it's called lease option, to buy at the end of the term. Okay, so the vendor has the obligation to sell it to you if you want to, but you have the option to buy. The difference with Scotland is that you have the obligation to buy too, because you're exchanging today, but you can delay the completion, let's say in 1 year or 5 years time, but then you have to buy the property at the end. So that's an obligation because you already exchanged contracts, okay? So that's the main difference between the two countries, but the strategy is exactly the same. You don't need to put any money down. And I'm going to ask you one question, which I want you to answer in your head, which is, if you can get a property for zero money and you pay the mortgage off the rent that you're getting, how many properties can you do in 1 year? Exactly, infinite. You don't have any limit because you can get as many as you can because that is supporting the mortgage payments, and you can set aside that rent for your deposit in 5 years time. So literally it's zero money down strategies. You don't have to put anything out, nor now nor later. So I love lease option. The last property strategy is joint venture. Again, joint venture is extremely important if you want to go far. If you want to go on your own, by all means you can do it, but it will take you a lot longer, and you won't have the funds to scale your business to the level you dream of. So if you want to joint venture with other partners, then you can put one skill that you have on the table. Could be time, could be experience, could be not in this case money, because somebody else with money you need it, because it's a no money down strategy. But if you have experience and time, there are people, as I said before, they are time poor but money rich, and they can partner with you, and you can buy deals together, or you can offer a fixed return on their money. How much is the bank giving you at the moment in terms of interest on your savings? Sometimes 0, sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, depends on the economy. Percent I'm talking about. So if you get 3% on your money, but you're offering your investors 5, 6, 7% or even 10%, do you think they would be happy to move the money from their bank to your bank? Of course yes, but you need to build credibility. It's not something that comes overnight. So don't believe to people that say, yes, you can start a joint venture business in the next day. No, you need to build credibility. And the best way to build credibility is by showing what you're doing. So if you are shy and you don't want to show your face on social media and you don't want to post anything, forget about finding a joint venture partner, because nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody can relate trust to your face or to your name. So if you want to scale the business properly, you need to be out there and to put your face in the first line. That's how you build credibility, and how you do deal after deal, and how you scale your property business. I hope these 4 tips have been useful. There are many other no money down strategies or low money down strategies. Subscribe to this channel, because I will publish more videos on this topic, especially if you're starting with a very low budget, because that could be used towards your compliance. And like, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.